Okay.
Greetings, viewers. Thank you for tuning in to this 7-day Learn How to Get What You Want challenge. I am Makeba Evans with ShareOurLoveLight.com, and this is a segment I like to call Moments with Me. We are blessed today to have Keyana Lawson, a real estate agent in the Atlanta area, and she is going to talk to us a little bit about purchasing a home. A lot of people, that is a want that they have, and she is going to share a few little ins and outs of helping you get pre-qualified for that journey. How are you doing today, Keyana?
I am doing great, Makeba. How are you? Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for taking the time out to sit with us. This is definitely something that a lot of people are interested in, and they just don't know what the right steps are to get it done. So I have a few questions. I'd like for those, whether you are checking us out live or whether you are watching the replay, if you can let us know what city that you are in. And of course, we'll see your name because that's part of the process. But if you can take a few minutes and let us know what city you're in, we appreciate it. And any comments that you have, go ahead and put them in the comment area, and Keyana and I will dip back in and answer those for you. First, I would like to know, what are the credit requirements?
Okay, so the credit requirements to get approved for a home loan, as it relates to a FHA loan, which is the standard loan that most home buyers, first-time home buyers, will go for. So a FHA loan would require a 580 minimum credit score,
Okay.
Which will encompass a 3.5% down payment.
Okay.
So as long as you have you have to have a 580 credit score across all three boroughs. So that's your Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion credit scores.
Okay.
Need to be a minimum of 580.
Okay. What about FHA loans?
Yeah, so that's going to be your FHA. So the FHA
your
is
federal, your VA.
conventional. So okay, so your conventional loans typically for conventional about a 620 or higher. Okay. Is the loan requirement. With your conventional loans, you have different types of conventional. The traditional, what people used to know conventional loans for, were larger down payments, 10 to 20%. Okay. But nowadays, you have some awesome conventional programs where you can put down 3% or 3 to 5% down, which is directly a competitive loan product to your FHA loans. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. If you guys have any comments, make sure you type them in below, and we will answer them when we get a minute. Let's see, another question that the viewers have is if someone is interested in a down payment assistance program. What are they?
Yeah, so with down payment assistance, you have various down payment assistance programs that are offered here in the state of Georgia, okay, in the metro Atlanta area. You have down payment assistance programs that are solely dedicated to a specific industry that someone may work in. So, for example, if you're a teacher, police officer, fireman, those type of careers, you have down payment assistance programs that are dedicated to those. Then you also have down payment assistance programs that are just centered around your credit score. Most down payment assistance programs have a minimum credit score requirement of 640. So you have a middle credit score of at least 640. You could also qualify for one of those programs.
Okay, and we have a question about the first-time home buyers loan. Like they had a loan previously, and they wanted to know if they can get another one.
Yeah, so as long as you have not had homeowner interest in a home within the past 3 years, okay, you would be considered a first-time home buyer. So yes, that means you would be eligible for the down payment assistance programs. Now, there are some down payment assistance programs that are not just for first-time home buyers. Okay. You have like your DeKalb is a down payment assistance program that is offered for DeKalb County, Georgia. And that is just specific to the county. So you can own a home. You could have owned a home in the past 3 years, 10 years for that matter, and still qualify for that particular program. The intent of that program is to get people to stay in DeKalb County. So the county is offering this incentive to those home buyers to keep them in the county.
Okay. We had a question about the type of loans, but you answered that, the conventional, the VA, and the FHA.
Correct.
Okay. What would my mortgage payment be?
So your mortgage payment would be, it will comprise of various factors. So your mortgage payment is going to be your principal payment, which is your actual mortgage, paying off the principal balance of the home. It's going to include your taxes, your private mortgage insurance, and your homeowner's insurance. So your final mortgage payment is a combination of all of those to give you that final monthly payment. So depending on what your interest rate drives what your monthly mortgage payment is going to be. So depending upon your interest rate and the purchase price of your home, that's how your mortgage lender will be able to give you the estimates as to what you can expect to pay on a monthly mortgage. But just as an example, I had a client that just closed a home at $280,000. That was the sales price of the home. Their interest rate was 4.25% was their interest rate, and their monthly mortgage is $2,007 per month.
Okay. Does that include any HOA fees?
Right, that's what I was going to say. That also includes their HOA. So their community had a higher HOA due to the amenities that were in the community, which drove their monthly mortgage, and as well as the area that they're living in, the taxes are a little higher in that area. So you have to factor in the county taxes for the area as well, because that's also built into your mortgage payment.
Okay. I know that you get a lot of customers who have a whole list of things that they want in their home. What is it that you suggest to those people when they're out looking?
Okay, so yes, you do have buyers that want what they want in a home, and they find it very challenging to let some of those things go. So with my buyers, how I deal with them is I'll send them a survey, a questionnaire, asking them as close to 100 questions, because I like to get as in depth with it as possible. And what it is that they want. And then the last two questions that I ask is, give me a list of your 3 must-haves. Because you just went through all of your want and needs through this questionnaire. Now, what are your must-haves? What are your non-negotiables in a house? And as long as I can find them a house that has those 3 to 5 non-negotiables, then I question them, are you sure this is what you want? Because I've gotten either all your non-negotiables or close to all of them, and you're still not satisfied with the house. Because a lot of clients, buyers, they're looking for that unicorn. The house just may not exist. To have every single thing that it is that you're looking for. But if we can get at least 80-90% of what it is you're looking for, that's doing very good. Very good these days, especially in the Atlanta market with the very limited inventory. Getting as close to as many of your wants. If you see that house, I suggest you make an offer on it, because it's not going to be there tomorrow.
Wow, they're popping off that quickly?
Yes, that quickly.
Do you have a lot of people moving out of state to Georgia, or are there just people selling and buying?
No, Georgia actually, a lot of people are relocating into Georgia. So some of the top states that are relocating into the state of Georgia are Florida, New York, Ohio, and California. So with the expansive growth, and you have sellers that just aren't selling right now, it makes the inventory very tight, where we're heavy with buyers, but not a lot of inventory to sell. So when a home hits the market, if it's priced right, it's going to get multiple offers. You're going to have multiple families bidding on the house.
Does it matter? Because those states that you mentioned, the homes cost a lot more. So if a buyer is coming to the table with cash, does that matter in the process?
It does. It definitely does. Cash rules. A cash buyer will be more appealing to a seller opposed to waiting for a bank to finance. A cash buyer can close in as little as 7 days versus if you're being financed, most banks need between 30 to 45 days to get all the paperwork together to close the deal. So even if it's a the cash buyer is offering slightly less than their list price. A lot of sellers will still go with the cash buyer because they can get it off their hands much quicker.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. And one last question. We have, what if I don't have good credit? Like, how do I start the journey to get there?
Yeah, so I speak to a lot of buyers about credit that want to purchase a home, but they believe that they have bad credit. So my first recommendation is just to run your credit. So you have different apps out there like your Credit Karma's, Credit Sesame, and any other app out there or website where you can pull your credit report for free. You can pull your credit report for free once a year, get your annual report to understand where you stand credit-wise, because you cannot move forward and purchase a home if you have no idea what your credit score is, so that you know what path you need to take to correct it, to get it moving in the right direction. So first step, know what your credit score is. If you see that you're not in a place to where your credit score is at least at 580, then my next recommendation is to speak with a mortgage lender. Let them look at your overall credit profile so that they can give you recommendations as to what they feel you need to pay off, pay down, so that you can get a boost in your credit. Or if they see that there's been some late payments, they'll most likely tell you, we need to get you for a full 12 months with no late payments on your credit report. But just speaking to that mortgage lender so that they can give you a path forward and you know what it is you need to do. And then from there, you can set your timelines and your goals as to when you feel, based off of that plan, you should be able to purchase the home.
Okay. And before you will take a customer out, you like for them to be pre-approved, not pre-qualified, right?
Right, definitely. So the difference between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval, a pre-qualification is just basically someone reaching out to a mortgage lender, letting them know that they have an interest in purchasing a home, and that lender will run your credit. They'll see, okay, well, credit-wise, you look good.
Okay.
They'll ask you, well, how much do you make? How much are your revolving credit card payments? And you, as the buyer, you just share that information with them based off of the conversation and the trust that the information you're providing them is accurate. They can issue you a pre-qualification.
Okay.
On that pre-qualification is going to say that your information has not been verified and that they're requesting your most recent pay stubs, your W-2s, etc., whatever else they may need, bank statements. Once they get those documents to verify the information you shared with them, from there, they'll be able to issue you a pre-approval letter that will break down what your interest rate will be, what your buying power is, how much of a home you can afford. And from that letter, that's when your realtor can begin to take you out to look at homes, because at this point, we know exactly what the dollar amount is that you can that you can afford. And then we can take you out shopping within that price range.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much once again for sitting down with Moments with me. I'm Makeba Evans. Once again, this is shareourlovelight.com. If you're watching this live or on replay, once again, please post your comments, and Keyana and I will jump back in and answer any questions that you have. So feel free to do that below. And share this video because it's very informational and it's something that a lot of people are interested in. Keyana, can you please let us know how people can find you?
Yes, definitely. So you can find me on Facebook, Keyana Lawson, and you can find me on Instagram. I am ATL_Realtor Keys Law. That's KUYSLAW. And my website is www.KeyanaLawson.com. And if anyone has any questions, you can reach me by the phone at 404-272-7628. You can also text me on that line with questions as well.
Good. And I will leave all that information. It'll be attached to the video wherever you are watching us. So you'll be able to get in touch with Keyana with any questions to get a home. Georgia is such a vast state and so many options, whether you want land or to be in the city, or I know you just took a class today in regards to the Beltline, and they have a lot of perks in regards to those people that want to get in there and bring that community back up. So feel free. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I am Makeba Evans. This is Moments with Me. This is for the 7-day Learn How to Get What You Want challenge, but I often have little tidbits of information that I share in moments with me. So thank you so much for taking time out. You have a wonderful day and weekend. Enjoy. You see I froze?
You did. Yeah.
We can start that over.
Okay.
When I come back.
Okay.
There I go.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?